Thank you. Thank you, live stream. Hopefully everyone can hear me and see me. How is everyone doing? I'm going to spare us the whole like intro and blah, 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 because I realize I am late right now. My daughter doesn't want to go to bed, so she's watching some TV with my husband. They're snuggling. I might have to like run out for a minute when she does finally decide to go to bed and do the good night thing again. Welcome to motherhood. So, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone is having a good night. And today I just kind of wanted to like come on and do the rest of our Nature Sunshine video. I did the video on Nature's Sunshine, and I was like, you know what? It might be really fun if we go through the rest of it together. So today I really want to go through who created the company for sure. And then also I want to discuss, like the compensation plan and a little bit more about the company, if you will. I've found some information. I know that it's probably been talked about before, but again, oh well, I'm talking about it. So I'm having a hard night and a hard week for technology. All of my technology is like, no, screw you, queen. We are not working for you today. So, again, this is Nature's Sunshine. And just to kind of remind you, actually, let's look at this first. So they have you sign up for free. They say it's free. It's all over. It's free. But when you come to sign up, you basically have to buy this $40 welcome kit. And so in our first video, the video I did, in our first video while I'm on a live stream and not doing a video, we kind of discussed what the company sells. We talked a little bit about the business practices, but we are more or less looking at the website, what they promise people, and like I said, we started to sort of dive into some of the products and then a little bit of the business practices and the MLM ways, if you will. So it says that it includes a consultant membership, which is annual. You save 25% on all orders. You receive 2 free standard shipments each month, and you get paid within the hour when you share. So, in comparison to other MLM companies, by the way, it's not the worst sounding one. I've been a part of MLM companies where you don't even save 25% on all of your orders, and you definitely don't get free standard shipments. So I have to give credit where credit's due. Otherwise, I'm just being a really unfair person. But of course, it's an MLM company, so it comes with all of the issues that MLM companies have. And that includes, of course, the business model. So as most of my viewers know, but just in case you're new here and you're not aware, the MLM business structure is a worrisome one because it is a pyramid scheme. Some people get mad at me when I say that, but it is. It's a pyramid scheme with a product. It's like they have this loophole legally where they say, oh, but we sell a product. But no matter what MLM you are a part of, you will not be able to be successful unless you recruit. And that is the pyramid scheme part. And this is why it is so hard to fight against them legally, is because they like to pretend that they are legitimate businesses. See, I'm sorry, my phone just hates me right now, so I'm probably gonna have to do this screen to see comments. How are these things allowed if they're pyramid schemes? And that's a perfect question, and that's one I get all the time. It's a great question. The thing is that they have the loophole of it being a place that sells a product. So technically a real pyramid scheme is where people like would invest money for it's usually in money investments, right? And again, that's the issue. So people invest money to someone at the very top of the pyramid, and then that person promises a return, and they have to keep on recruiting people underneath and underneath to continuously give the return, right? Those are like the pyramid schemes, the Ponzi schemes, all of that stuff, all very similar, and that's illegal. MLMs have the same business structure as these things. However, they also, on top of that, sell a product. Now, this is where it gets iffy. Some pyramid schemes may sell products too. However, with a like full-on pyramid scheme, you will not actually either ever get the product, or when you get the product, it is not going to be what they promise. MLM companies technically give you the product, right? Like with this MLM company, they're a health and wellness company. So they sell a lot of the supplements, vitamins, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So, and you have makeup companies, all that. So when you buy the product, they are actually sending you a supplement. They are sending you the makeup. They are sending you the product. The issue lies in when they get you to join the team. A lot of us would not have an issue with MLM companies if they were literally just like direct sales or like even like an affiliate kind of thing where you could like join on and then just kind of sell the products and that was it. Where the issue lies is when you have to recruit people underneath you to also join the team and sell the products. That's when it gets iffy. Now, the reason why they get away with it legally is because they've done a very good job of kind of hiding behind the rows that they're selling the products. They do a good job of downplaying the recruitment. A lot of them will be like, oh, you don't have to recruit. But then once you go through, and I'm sure you're going to see this here right now as we go through this, you realize there is no way to actually make any kind of income with them unless you recruit. And they promise that income. So when you sign up for an MLM company, even if you just wanted to just sell the products, which a lot of people do, and there's even people in the anti-MLM community that still do use some MLM products. I get people telling me all the time that they still use Scentsy, and I'm like, because I did that MLM, and it's the same as all the other ones, but again, some people like the products. So they give the products. These people, they cannot just sell the products. They are not going to be making money off that. So what the MLMs do is they set up a business structure so that you, even when you join, you're kind of like, okay, well, I'll have to recruit because I want to be able to make money off of selling these products. And they make it so that the only way you can make money is by recruiting. But it's still a very iffy gray area legally. And a lot of us have done videos. I did a video about, the American dream and how a lot of lobbyists and government officials are connected to MLM companies. And I know Savvy just did an amazing video as well, where she discussed a lot of this when she was talking about Ponzinomics. It was her Ponzinomic book review. It was like fabulous. That book gets very into detail. Thank you to the MLM police for sending that to me. I love you for it. And so that's like part of the issue too, is we have a lot of government connected to these things that also don't want to help end because yay capitalism. So it's kind of like the only way that we've been able to fight these companies legally for real is if they actually do something that like downright breaks the law. So if they make a false medical claim, we can report that. If they make some really false financial claims, which that used to not be illegal either. Several years ago, it used to be okay for these companies to be like, join our team, you'll make $5,000 in a month. And our community had to kind of fight to get them to change the fact that that's a false promise. And nobody should be promising people back returns on things like that when it's not true. And so now at least, you know, they're a little bit better and they don't. But at the same time, what that does is it makes it so that they also get better about hiding it. So there are still a lot of these companies that make false medical claims and financial claims, and we try to catch them, but then there's loopholes. And so we're always kind of in this weird loop in this community of trying to fight against these companies, spread awareness about these companies and educate about them, kind of like expose the bad behavior and deal with the legalities. And there are a lot of us that also are doing things to try to kind of like work with the FTC, because luckily now the Federal Trade Commission is more on board as well as than they used to be several years ago. It was a little harder for us to fight MLMs even with them. So, you know, it's been a really long process. I don't know if they ever will be illegal. That's kind of a hard one. And it's something that even a lot of anti-MLM advocates are on the fence about. So how are they illegal? Or how are they legal? That's how. And that's kind of how they get away with being a pyramid scheme and, you know, still being legal, still being very public, but and that's why a lot of us have channels that do this content. It's because they hide it. Like I know, for example, Kiki does a great job of kind of like exposing some of the team calls and the gross things that go on like behind the scenes. Because it is important to show that stuff, to be like, because on the surface, sometimes people don't see the dangers of these companies. And a lot of us get a lot of like, well, it's just like people trying to run a business from home. And that's not what we have a problem with. It's the messiness and the lies and the bad stuff that goes on, which this one isn't great either. So let's get into that. I went into a rant just because it's also just a really good topic. It's also a good topic, and it's something that a lot of people wonder and a lot of people ask about. And it's a very fair question. I'm sure it's confusing for people that haven't been in an MLM, or maybe, you know, don't watch this content often, and then they come across it and they're kind of like, well, how bad can it be if they're legal? And I think that's also part of the problem at the same time. So see what I mean? Like, we're always kind of doing this like a little loop where it's like, yeah, I know it's legal, but then there's also this. And I don't know if it should be legal, guys. Do you think it should be legal? Do you guys think MLM should be legal? What that would be an interesting thing, actually. Do you guys think it should be legal, or do you think we should actually make these illegal, like pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes, which, again, they're like real close to being. So let's have some fun now, because your girl just went on a rant about the legalities of MLMs and how they get away with being legal, because it frustrates me too, okay? It frustrates me. So they, of course, now this is what they will get sent to them. So when you sign up for the company, you get this pretty little consultant business model book. and this is what it looks like. And so I've gotten the PDF file version here, which they also make available to you. Again, you have to search for this. I just want to stress that a bit. That was a problem to me. I came onto the website and I had to like dig around, click on a bunch of links to kind of come across that. I know I said that in my video too. And I was like, that's not very transparent. Nature's sunshine. So that's a thing too. If I have to go clicking around to try to find your consultant business model and it takes me a lot of clicks to really get into all the numbers and everything, I'm worried. Because if you're going to ask people to join your company, you should definitely have that on your website, very easily accessible and available, which of course they have a list of all the things they promise when you join, but they don't have like the nitty gritty. You got to search. That was like one of my first issues. I was like, well, I don't like that. So life is kind of a big deal. I love the wording of this, especially as someone who also uses big words like fabulous. And I have people that often talk to me about my big word use. So I always get a kick out of the linguistics of everything. You want to enjoy everything it has to offer. It's a gift to live healthy, vibrant, and well, and it's one that we want to share with everyone. That's why we've been sharing nature's healing power for nearly 50 years. So yes, this company is around 50 years now, which I was even surprised about because I have not heard a lot about this company. It's not one that is posted a lot, and I was kind of like, this thing's been around for 50 years? Oh, so once you feel the difference, you'll want everyone around you to feel it too. So right away, they're setting up the whole, attraction marketing. You're going to get the products and then you're going to spread it, which of course, if you've signed up to be a consultant, you already know that. Again, the wording's interesting to me. Sharing something that helps you is only natural and rewarding. Each of us has different goals and dreams, so it's natural for us to take different paths through life. The beauty of Nature's Sunshine is that no matter what your dreams include, you can achieve them. Let us help. People just like you earn referral rewards every month simply by sharing products they love with their friends. The first step is the same for everyone. Begin. I'm getting cold now. My house was like so hot and I've been dying all day and now it's the evening. So excuse me. I'm just going to throw on a sweater. And yes, I keep stealing my husband's ninja sweater. He probably absolutely hates me for it. Welcome to being married. So, again, the wording is interesting to me. I always love how these MLM companies and all these business gurus and all these like business coaching places, because they're all the same for this. I love how they basically say to you, like, we're going to get your dreams for you. If you are with us, we're going to achieve those dreams. We are the answer to all of your life's issues and problems. All you have to do is join this and we're going to do it. And the first step is the same for everyone. Begin thing makes me cringe every time that I see it. They all do that, right? They're all like, all you gotta do is join today. That's the first step. And it's that's repetitive. Okay, that's repetitive. So then you come here. The stock images are always fun. You got the girl. She's all happy to be in the business. And right? Always pay attention to everything like that. Plan overview. So, global sharing plan. Now, this is, of course, when we start getting into the good stuff, and you're going to laugh because you're going to notice it's like broken up into very simple steps for us. Global sharing plan. It has two distinct parts that work in harmony. So, the consultant business model and the customer affiliate sharing plan. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do this company is because there are a lot of MLMs right now that are also running affiliate programs or that are actually hiding as affiliate programs. But then once you like join the affiliate program, you're actually in an MLM. Earthly Wellness is one. It is. You think you're joining an affiliate membership and you're just, sharing them around, but then they really want you to sell the products and recruit people onto the affiliate membership, and that's weird. Okay, usually when you're an affiliate, you're not forced to recruit. So as soon as I see that, I go, that's not an affiliate program. With an affiliate program, you should really just be sharing a link. I mean, they might have some special little bonus, but if you're making commissions and stuff off of the people that you're signing up, that's an MLM, that's not an affiliate. This company is trying to do both. Because you'll see the next sentence says, consultants are automatically eligible to participate in both. Now, this is when I get a little bit worried because, again, like I just said, I want to make sure that people are being transparent to people about what they're getting into. Even when I was with It Works, I remember being told not to tell people things when they were signing on. And so one of them being that It Works is banned on Facebook and you won't be able to share your link anywhere on Facebook, by the way. And so when I see that, I go, oh no. Because I unfortunately know that system is going to be abused very heavily, and there's going to be people that are going to be getting tricked into thinking that they're joining an affiliate program, and then they might be getting signed on to join an MLM company. There has even been people in other companies. I can't say this one. I don't have any proof that this one specifically has done that. Not yet. Email me if you have some, or find me on Instagram. But the whole thing is like, there's been MLM companies out there in the past who have actually lied and signed up people who have quit. They've like left the company and then the upline has like signed them on or continued their membership without them knowing. Like, this is something that happens out here. So when I see that, I go, oh no, I see everything that can go wrong with that. That's a worry. That's something that automatically makes me go, uh-oh. So again, I'm going to put it out there. Be careful as well of these affiliate programs because they're masking MLMs as well, which is another reason why it's hard to prove that they're legal or prove they should be illegal, and it's hard for us to kind of like make them illegal. And again, it's another way that they're trying to stay one step ahead of us. Does that make sense? Like, they're like, the anti-MLM community figured us out. How can we really kind of like trick people into thinking that our business model isn't that bad? I know. We'll trick people into thinking they're signing up for an affiliate program. Then they won't know. And then, we have them in an MLM. That's how we'll get them. Like, that's how I see that. And I know I'm not the only one. So, yeah. The benefits, again, and the wording. In today's world, health enthusiasts, they have a name for them now, are passionate about sharing products that they trust and love. Nature's Sunshine offers you many ways to earn as a consultant. Here it is. 5 levels of rewards when your downline consultants purchase and resell product. Wait a minute. They have to purchase and resell the product. That sucks. So, you know how we make jokes that like people leave MLM companies? Eric Warre. Apparently his name's Warre and not War. he wears me out, so whatever. But he even made like some little joke about that, right? When I was reacting to him, which is, again, check out that video where he was all like, oh, what? Did you have a bad experience in MLMs? It was the MLM hater one. And he was like, is that because you got a whole garage full of the product you couldn't sell? Well, this company really does want you to purchase the product at the discount and have a whole garage of product and then try to sell it at the retail, because that's what they tell you to do in the next one, is that you purchase products at a consultant discount and resell them at retail. There are up to 20% rewards on customer purchase made by people referred by your consultants or customers. I feel like they're always yelling at me. I just picture like Grant Cardone or Tony Robbins reading this to me. Your roar. Up to 10% rewards on customer purchases made by people referred by customers in the groups of your consultants. Ooh, excuse me. So that's, again, how they're kind of taking this affiliate program and then using it still in the MLM business model. Do you know what I mean? So now they're also saying that the customers, if they share the affiliate links themselves, since they can also become affiliates, right? It's a customer affiliate sharing plan. It's like a halfway point to being a consultant, I guess. It's like you got not being a consultant, you got being a consultant, and then they've created this middle point where you can be a customer, but share an affiliate link, and then somehow when you're the customer of a consultant, they still get rewards from those sales. So it's like a middle point. And I was like, what? Like, is anyone else's head sore? Is your head sore? Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that's true. MLM is way worse than affiliates. I honestly have no problem with just the affiliate model at all. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you being a customer. Like, I'm actually all for that. If you are just a customer and like the company that you're buying from has some way for you to gain rewards or get discounts on products by just sharing products, and that's it, and you're not paying into anything unless it's just buying the products you want. There's no pressure to buy anything. You're not told what to buy. Products you're buying probably won't be dangerous. You know, like things like that. I have no problem with that. In fact, all the power to businesses for coming up with a way to get their customers to do some marketing for them, along with getting some rewards. That's a great business move. Good on them. Again, we have a problem with the MLM thing, am I right? That's when it kind of like becomes a thing. The product you should be selling. And see, that's the thing, is that the product you should be selling, and they always say it sells them itself, but then they need you to buy it and attraction market it so that you could sell it. And that's also a way to trick you into, even without knowing it, kind of promoting the MLM lifestyle to people so that they'll be interested, right? And they see you doing it, and that's what they even tell you that. They say, use attraction marketing, you do the business, you do toxic positivity, talk about how everything's amazing all the time because you're here, post up the products, post up your life, say it's fabulous that this business helped you pay for a meal at McDonald's. I did that. I'm guilty when I was in Scentsy. So, you know, like that kind of thing. And then try to kind of make everyone look at you and be like, oh, I want to do what she's doing. But again, that's the issue, is that this company right now, I'm trying to get back on track. I am so sorry. I'm a rambling bitch today. These companies, and this one specifically, is kind of like taking that and then MLMing it up. And that's sad to me, because it's like customer affiliate programs can be great. it can be good. As soon as you start adding it in with an MLM business plan and then also making it so that the MLM Huns get a reward off of the affiliate program, we got issues. And then there's a 15% cash rewards through the customer affiliate sharing plan. Okay, wait, well, hold on a second. So you get up to 10% rewards on customer purchases referred by people referred by your consultants. And then I guess you also get 15% cash rewards through our customer affiliate sharing plan. I feel like that's saying the exact same thing with two different percentages. Is that just me? Am I like tired tonight? Cause like I'm over here like, wait, do you get 10% or do you get 15%? Is the rewards products or like points or something? And then you also get 15% cash rewards? Is anybody else confused or is it just me? It paid for a small coffee. That's what Joseph just said. It paid for a small coffee. I straight up remember going to McDonald's and doing the whole purple card thing with Sensi. I am so guilty of that. And looking back, it's embarrassing because it's like, I really hope that you would make more than a meal of McDonald's. You know what I mean? So okay. So it might just be me that it's not making sense to. But I think it would be like your direct consultants is what you get 10% off, and then maybe the people under your direct ones that are in the customer affiliate sharing plan gets 15% rewards. See, like that's what I'm confused on. I just feel like they're not doing the greatest job of explaining that. It's a little vaguely weird to me, but maybe again it's just me because mom life and I'm exhausted. They say rewards are paid to all active consultants based on the sales of customers they personally refer, which again confuses me again. Because I'm like, okay, so again, it must mean you get 10% from your direct customers and then 15% from like just the affiliate sharing program after that. Right? Anyway, that's what I think it means. That's what I think it means. It's what it sounds like to me. They always do a great job of doing it as general as possible. I love it. Consultant benefits, because if that wasn't enough, this will definitely get you. So they say that you'll enjoy the benefits of discount purchasing, the opportunity to build a team and earn rewards for up to 5 levels of consultants, special event invitations, promotions, recognition, and more. So they hold promotions. Nature's Sunshine may hold promotions that allow consultants to earn perks, incentives, and other opportunities, such as convention conference, regional meetings, incentive travel, sales and discounts, short-term promotion and offers, rank advancement, rewards and recognition, and free shipping twice a month. Which again, okay, but most of the time when you're doing the conventions and everything, you're paying for it yourself. So when they say you can earn these things, what does that mean exactly? You know what I mean? Am I earning it? Am I earning it? All right. So They always say you can earn these things and then like you work for the company for a while and then they'll be like, "Oh, if you're at this rank, then you can come to this thing. Oh, but by the way, you have to pay for the travel and everything all on your own." So, are we? But again, I do have to say, in terms of other MLMs, because I'm always going to be real and I'm always going to be fair over here. And in comparison, this one probably does have more rewards or better plan than, well, most of the other ones that I've gone through. And, I got to give that to them. So it says qualification for benefits. And this is it. Including payments always starts with sharing or purchase and resale of products. Each product is assigned a value called purchase volume, PV. Like all of them, they call it like purchase volume, personal volume. But it usually ends up being PV. Or I've also heard BV, which is based on the product's price and is published on the price list. So again, you're like, okay. I mean, it makes sense that you would obviously have to sell the products in order to earn the stuff. But I want him to explain it in a little bit more detail than that. Because again, I feel like they all say that. And then they're like, tricked you, you got to pay for it all yourself. So it says how you get paid, right? So reward payments are calculated for each consultant sale based on 3 things. And this is usually the exact same 3 things in all the companies. They're all very similar. And, this one, instead of showing us a pyramid or a chart, they show us a linear graphic chart to try to make it look good. So reward payments are calculated for each consultant sale based on 3 things. The PV of the sale. So again, that's your personal volume. The little number, each product has a personal volume next to it. If the consultant directly linked to the purchasing consultant qualify for payment this month, so all of your downlines under you would also have to qualify. And the number of levels of qualified payees between the upline consultant and you. So now they've just messied it all up on us. They made it sound so simple, and they were like, actually, you also need this, this, and this to get paid. So again, if you don't have your consultants under you also qualifying, you don't get paid. Doesn't matter how much work you did. Doesn't matter how much time you put in. Doesn't matter if you, during your kid's birthday party, if you were making 4 sales. It doesn't matter. Because the people underneath you, maybe one of them had a sick aunt during this pandemic and they weren't able to work their business much. And even though these people will be like, I don't care, work it anyway, which we've seen, now guess what? You don't get paid. And this is part of the issue again with these business models. Your work and what you put into a company or any job should, you should be able to get the rewards and certainly the payment for your time and work, despite what other people are doing. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever been in a group project? And then you end up being the only one doing the work? Well, imagine if your whole job was you being in a group project and, maybe you are the only one doing your work, or maybe everyone is doing work, but they just aren't qualifying, because boy, does that ever happen a lot in these MLMs. And then you just never get paid. That's what being in an MLM is. This one specifically. There's other ones like this, But this one is definitely like, if your people don't qualify, you don't get paid this month either, sis. Doesn't matter, you qualified. They better all qualify too. But we're not a pyramid scheme. We just make it so that even your payment heavily depends on the other people's sales. And again, there is no sales job in the world, real sales job. I've worked in sales. Half my life I've worked in sales. The other half I have worked in social work. Those are basically the jobs I've had, along with like a couple of fast food places. And, you know, I worked at summer camp for a while. There's some history on me. And we're going all the way back to high school. Some people like to do that with me. Who knows? But this is the only sales job out there where you will have to recruit people underneath you, make them qualify, and then you might still not get paid for your hard work. And that's why a lot of us have an issue with these companies. That's why we're like, that's not fucking fair. They have people working for them, and then if they don't make an amount, right? It's like, no, screw you, you don't get paid. But they just worked all month for you and you're not going to pay them. And again, this is why I get frustrated also about the legalities and stuff, is because, like, I live in Canada. If there was a job that did that to you and you worked, like, going into work every day, you're working a job and you don't get paid when they're promising you payment, I could take them to the labor board and sue them. And so I look at these things and it's like, people are working for pennies, which would be illegal in any other occupation and any other career out there. If people don't pay you a good wage and people don't like for your work, that's not good. That's the issue. And here it says that, of course, commissions for consultant orders are spread to the first 5 upline. Qualified consultants based on rank according to a mission table. So when I first read this, I was under the impression, weirdly, because I've also seen this, by the way, with MLMs. Some of them try to put like almost like a cap, which is it's a weird new thing that I've seen, but some of them have been trying to put almost like a cap of how many you can sign up. I think it's because they realize that if you get so many levels, you've signed up the entire world if you go by their business. So some of them have put a cap. I thought maybe this business had a cap. Like, you can only sign up to 5 levels underneath you. And then that was it. And then that was your team. And you were just kind of left with that. And I was going to be like, oh, that's a little better and a little less predatory than just continuously signing people up forever. But I don't believe that's the case. What it is you only get paid for up to 5 levels under you, but then you can continuously sign people up still. So then I was like, oh. I thought it was a little better, but here we are. I just wanted to share that with you because that was a fun little thing for me. Now, this is where we get into how you qualify for ranks. Always the most fun part to discuss. Sorry, I probably just clapped, and I apologize to everyone with earphones. I am known for being an ear rapist. I apologize. So, advancing in rank happens as you build a stable group, team, pyramid, whatever. Your rank qualifications is based on 3 things: group volume, GV, so that's what your whole team makes, first level senior consultants, and having a minimum monthly amount of total organizational volume, TOV. So you have to achieve group volume of 300 to 1,000 per month. A personal purchase is not required, which again, I have to give it to them. A lot of other MLMs have like, they'll actually say like you have to buy at least 80 PV yourself in order to get paid, which again, if a company is making you buy a product to get paid or buy like a set of products to get paid, like a group of them, that's a problem. You shouldn't have to buy something to get paid. So I got to give the company that another decent thing in comparison to others. I'll always be fair and point out where they at least aren't as grimy. That way, when I point out when they are grimy, you'll know they real grimy. So the first 6 ranks only require a total GV of 300. The highest ranks require a GV of 1,000. And it includes PV of customers referred by your customers as well. Which, again, that would make it a little bit easier to obtain. Still hard to obtain, though. Achieve 1 to 3 first-level senior consultants. So, a senior consultant has a group volume of at least 300. No rank requires more than 3. You must have 1,500 to 1,000,000 total organizational volume. Is that confusing? Because for most of us, yes, it is fucking confusing. It sounds confusing, and especially if you aren't like used to all the MLM talk, it can make someone go, huh? And that's why they have all of the team training calls and things like that. Ooh, this is a good question. I like this question. What about the people who fell for these things and lose everything? What kind of retaliation can they have against said company? The only way that we can retaliate is you can go to the Federal Trade Commission. You can try to sue them. Good luck trying to sue a multi-billion-dollar MLM company, though. As you know, that's not exactly something a lot of people can do. And so that's why we're here. Hi, that's why I exist. I exist to spread awareness and education in hope that Night Joseph, in hope that like people know not to fall for these things, because once you go into them and they screw you over, there isn't a lot you can do. It's part of the problem. We do have companies being sued even right now. we're gonna get into some things soon, guys. Don't worry. So that is, of course, one of the big issues, and that's why I don't want to be silent on this. See, Cher says, I have a degree in finance, and I don't understand. And she also watches MLM videos and still doesn't understand. So that's what I mean. It's almost like it's almost like sometimes I'm like, are they explaining it confusing on purpose? You know? So that people are like, what? And then they do all of these videos explaining to people how to do it and that it's so easy and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people are still like, huh? And it's because they always have at least 3 different things going on that you have to keep track of. And I feel like that's also a manipulation tactic to just keep you busy all the time. Because yeah, it's like you need a GV, you need a PV, you need a TOV. And again, normal people look at this and go, what? What does all of that even mean? And it's like, well, this group of the people that are the closest to you that you signed up, they need 300. The higher ranks of us, we need 1,000. And then as a whole group, we need 1,500 to 1,000,000. Okay? Now, everybody go do that so that we can all get paid. Go team. It's like, no, I don't understand. What does it mean? So I don't feel as bad for not getting it sometimes, because it takes me a long time to read through these, and I read through a lot of them. I've gone through tables like this galore. I've been into myself that had charts and tables, and I still look at it sometimes and go, oh yeah, that's how you get paid, huh? And I just, yeah, it's hard to understand. And again, I feel like they make it all confusing while explaining it in general, simple terms on purpose, for weird reasons. So this is the chart that explains it to us. Does it help? Not much. Not much. Hold on. Can I make this bigger? Okay, good. Yes. Sorry. My computer hates me all the time. So this will kind of help put it in a little bit of like perspective so that you can see it. Sometimes it works better if you can see like the chart. So as you can see, they have all of the different rate qualifications at the top. It goes all the way from consultant, which would be like the lower level, and then you get up to executive, all the way up to chairman's club. You will notice there is a number underneath it. You're probably wondering what that is. That is where they have to be at. They have to qualify. So in order to be like to stay at the chairman's club, they would have to sell that 1 million OTPCVV ABCDEFG. You know what I mean? That's what that is. So that helps me explain the first level, because senior consultants versus the big guns. Because when you hear senior consultants, you think they're talking about the big guns, but they're not. And again, there's always levels within the ranks, which just makes it all that more confusing to everybody. Everybody's confused. Half of the people that explain these things, they don't understand the whole thing either. I'll be real. So again, you'll notice if you're a consultant or senior consultant, you don't have to have a certain level to kind of like chill there, if you will. Apparently, if you're a consultant, you are like low tier, don't matter. Good luck getting paid. If you're a senior consultant, that's where you're supposed to be kind of like trying to be. So then you'll notice that you need a group volume. And as you go up, the group volume you need goes up to 1K. When you look at the products and what they're worth, how could I make this? So 300 would probably be, well, holy crap. A lot of the products with this company are like only $20, $30. So, okay, $20, $30 of a product might get you like 10 PV. Does that make sense? So in order to get like 300, it takes a lot. like, so that's the group now. So if you're in consult, you don't have to worry about group or anything like that. You haven't recruited anyone yet, apparently. And then once you get your recruits, you're senior and above, and then you have to worry about the group getting that volume. So I look at that and I go, so most consultants just don't get paid, by the way. You have first level senior consultants, which of course they have like the levels on there. Yay. Then you have, and that's how many you have to have, by the way. Sorry, probably should have said that. That's how many of them you have to have. As you go up, you need a certain amount of the senior consultants, which, as you'll see, means that they have a GV of 300. Does that make sense? So when you're a senior consultant, you obviously don't need to have any under you. But if you're a director, you better have one senior consultant. They better get their 300 PV in order for you to also get paid for your 300 and your 1500 TOV, which is your whole group. And that's how they also incorporate the affiliate program into that. Does that make sense? So now this next part on the chart here, the TOV per month, that's also including the affiliate link money and products that you're selling on that. So as you can see, that number also goes all the way up, and it just kind of keeps on going. They have a balance rule, which is like the minimum that you can get most likely in order to sort of like stay on top, if you will. And so those are the ranks. This is like the rank qualification rewards. This is how they break down like what you need on your team and all that. And now this is how you get paid based on that. Because of course you have to understand how the whole structure of the business works in order to understand how you get paid off of it. And that's fucking confusing. Okay? Like, it's so much easier to just go into a goddamn job, do the work, and then get paid for your time and work and get a paycheck than to do all of this. Can I just say that? So as you see, once again, they break it all down because you got to have everything always has to be like chopped and broken down. So you have, of course, the rank and qualification, which again, we just explained it all up here. And now level 1 to 5. So those are the levels on your team. Because when, like, remember how they said that you have 5 levels under you and you get paid for 5 levels underneath you? So that is what this part is representing. And then these are the rank qualifications. And now we're looking at like what you get for each level under you. So when you're a consultant, you don't have anyone, you just suck, according to them. And then senior consultant, again, you have one, probably, consultant under you. 12% is what you get. And this is how you kind of find out the 10 versus 12 versus, and then you're like, well, why did they even explain it like that? Because this whole chart is different. It's different, damn it. And this is why I was like, and then I was just completely confused about this whole thing the whole time. And it just gets worse. So as you can see, level 1, you get like 12%, level 2, you get 10, and it goes down and down and down. Once you get to be an executive, you have all 5 levels under you. That's what that means. So that's how they kind of explain to you what each level is as well, and how many people you need under you to be on each one. So executive, you have up to 5 levels under you because they only pay you for up to 5. So you might have 10 levels under you, but they're only paying you up to 5. And as you can see, the 5th level, you only get 1% all the way across. The 4th level, 2%, which they fail to mention in the first little read-up that we read, by the way. And they said 10% and 15%, which is, again, why I'm confused, Sith. I'm confused about the whole thing, because on this chart, then it shows 12% and 10%. You remember? Now you understand why none of this has made sense to me, even as I've been going through it. I feel like they just didn't do the best job of explaining it either, guys. I'm just confused. I'm like, okay, so that's why I'm like, so then is it 15% of the affiliates on top of this? Let's keep going and find out. So, note, according to plan rules, consultants earn money in the current month based on the rank achieved in the previous month. This allows Nature's Sunshine to calculate and pay rewards quickly without having to wait until the end of the current month. So you're always getting paid for the month behind, which, again, most of the MLM companies do that. So, okay, cool. Hold on a sec, guys. I just gotta go say goodnight. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry. My daughter was up and I had to go deal with that. Mom life. All right. So this is the part of the consultant package where you do get the chart. So eventually, there's always a pyramid scheme looking chart. Just saying. You earn rewards from your customers and affiliates. Consultants are eligible to earn when they share with customers or when people in their downline share. Anytime you share and a customer buys, a link is created between you and your customer. So anytime the customer pre-purchases, you get rewarded. Then they show this beautiful little chart where they have you $33.75. Which, like I said, not a lot of the products are $20-$40. So there you go. Earn 15% of your friends' orders on the day they make a purchase. Sorry, I was just like, what? So it has $11.25. We have someone that $15.750 because this person made a $75 order. So they get that. $100 order. They get that. $50 order. Yeah. So your friends get 25% off their first order and you earn 15% of their order total, right? So there you have it. That's how they kind of like explain that. And then you get rewarded when your downline shares. So when a customer purchases, up to 3 people are paid. The person who shared with the customer and 2 upline consultants based on their eligibility. And that's based on the rank. As a consultant, you earn rewards when your customers buy or share. And then they have this table below. So you have a sharer, so you get 15% of the purchase, and you get that the same day. Upline 1, senior consultant or above, you get up to 20% of their personal purchase, and you get up to 15% calculated same day, 5% at the end of the month. And then it says upline consultant 2, so that's of course director, 3K or above, up to 10% of the personal volume, up to 5% same day, and 5% at the end of the month. Then it says they love to do these little tiny letters, right? Consultants receive this reward in cash. It is calculated at 50% of the final cost of the purchase in local currency before shipping charges and taxes, 5% of PV at month end if upline has a new customer sale of $200 that month. So they have to have sales of $200 that month in order to get that. Otherwise, they don't get it again, even if they do everything else right. Here's the volume pricing chart. So they have minimum order size, discount from consultant price, and then the PV discount factor for commission. You'll notice that you can sell $500, get nothing. Nature's Sunshine separates itself by allowing consultants to inventory and display products in a retail setting. The published discounts above allow these retailers to maintain similar profit margins with non-MLM suppliers of competing products. To facilitate this, PV amounts for purchases receiving a 15% discount or higher are reduced as described above for purposes of upline commissions calculation. For the purpose of rank qualification for all uplines, however, full PV is granted. MLMs are now selling to retailers. Just saying, it's a little bit worrisome as well. So I'm going to link this because I am not going to then go through all of the definitions, guys. I'm really sorry to those that maybe don't know like all of the like definitions to all of this stuff. I will be linking this at the end of the stream so that you can come and share. I want to talk more about like the nitty-gritty of this and then get going on. I feel like we've been going through the consultant thing for a while now. There's some more things I want to share about this company before this stream's over, and I'm a talky bitch. So we've already been here a while. My poor mod is like probably hates me because I keep her up all night on a Sunday night. I'm joking. She's also a couple hours behind me, thank God. So I I really want to talk about this on here because it does say a little bit that I just want to go through. Because the referral rewards program, I just want to read what it says. It says consultants and customers are eligible to earn income by referring other customers to Nature's Sunshine. Earnings are based on the cost of the product and local currency and are calculated within 30 minutes. In addition to the person who referred the customer to upline consultants may also receive payment. So that was kind of important to add in. And again, this is all part of their welcome kit. As you see, they send you a lovely little welcome kit, and this is in it. I'm going to link it in the description so that if you guys want to come read it for yourself, read through all the terms and definitions, you can do that. And when you sign up for this company, this is what they send you to explain the business to you. Again, they try to kind of put things in simple terms, but I still always find it really lovely and confusing. And most people read through it and are confused, and that's okay. They also do videos where they kind of explain the business to you over and over and over again while you're in them. So don't worry, they'll explain it all to you. This is where you find it, by the way. It took me a while to figure out how to get here and search all around. They do a good job of making it slightly difficult. Just saying. Just saying. Now, since we are talking about the company, since we're talking about being a consultant for the company, I also think it is important that we talk about the return policy that the company has because, well, that's important to know. It's good to always check on money back policies whenever you are thinking about joining any kind of sales business, and especially an MLM. In case there are people out there that are okay with MLMs that are watching this, always check the refund and return policy. It's good to know. There have been several issues with MLM companies and their return policy, and that's why I'm putting that out there. It's always good to look into. And if they start changing, be wary. It's a good thing to be wary of. So, Nature's Sunshine. Speak words, queen. Nature's Sunshine's product quality is guaranteed. If after purchasing an NSP product from an authorized seller, a retail customer determines it to be unsatisfactory, the customer should return it to his or her NSP member for replacement credit or a full refund. This guarantee applies only to products that have not been misused, intentionally damaged, or discontinued, are outdated, or have not been purchased from an unauthorized seller, who are not subject to NSP's quality control standards. Customer satisfaction is NSP's goal. If for any reason a customer is not 100% satisfied with an NSP product, members should politely accept any unused portion of the product and then return it to NSP within 90 days of the date of purchase from NSP for a refund or replacement, as per NSP's product return procedures below, which we're not going to be getting into all the nitty-gritty again. I will leave links. You can go read through all that, but I do have to put this out there. Members should promptly and professionally give the customer a full refund or replacement product. Subject to the product return procedures below, credit from NSP will be calculated at 100% of the price paid at purchase minus any commissions paid on the product. Now, That sounds great, right? It sounds amazing. Awesome. A lot of places that are MLMs don't even give you 100% refund, money back guarantee, or anything like that. There are some. So at least they have that, right? It seems pretty simple. You just go to your consultant, you say, hey, listen, this didn't work out for me. Can I please have my money back? They say that members should politely accept. Now, where I always get a little bit upset and worried, I always get upset, is when they say this guarantee applies only to products that have not been misused. Now, I'm just saying, guys, when you're in an MLM company and you use a product and it doesn't work for you, what is the first thing that they say? That you probably misused it, and that's why it didn't work for you. Why is this the guarantee that it only applies to? Do you know what I mean? So, although they do say that members should politely accept any unused portion of the product and then return it within 90 days and give the person their money all back, where you get iffy is, you have a bunch of Huns that are hired on and they're all selling it with the retail. So they are technically running their own home business because they have to buy all of the products and have them in their home to sell them out, right? So again, we're going to enter an issue where there's going to be people that are going to say, hey, this product didn't work out for me. And then the person's going to say, okay, but did you misuse it? Are you sure that you used it properly? And then you got to worry about, people not getting their refunds back because the Hun decided that it was misuse. Intentionally damaged. Again, they leave very general. And they don't go into much detail about it anywhere, by the way. But they say that it's intentionally damaged. So, like, the packaging would be messed up or something would have been added into the product or something like that. Of course, if you mess around with the product and try to refund it, no, you should not get your money back. Don't ever do that. But again, it gets a little bit worrisome because you're going to have people that are, of course, going to consider the product being opened. And some people might not open it up the best ways, might damage a little bit of the bottle or something. And then you're going to have Huns that are going to be like, yo, that's damaged. We're not accepting it. So I hope that's not happening as much. You know what I mean? So, now what what do I want to look at next? I honestly think that next, guys, I think we should look at who the owners are. You guys want to look? Hello, Gerd Gang. How are you? So you guys want to look at the owners next. Let's get that part out of the way, and then we'll get into some nitty-gritty fun stuff, some crazy fun stuff for us, all right? So this is the website again. Again, they hate me, like to make everything super duper tiny because they're like, Queen's gonna make a video and expose us, and we want to make it so that no one can read what's on her screen. I'm just joking. They don't care. I swear to God, I have people right now that are actually taking note of this live stream, and they're like, oh my God, she actually thinks that the companies make the website lettering small so that she has trouble reading them online because nobody understands my comedy. I swear to God. So this is, of course, how they put it on their website. I will do a good job of reading this to you all because I am in a great mood and I'm having fun doing this video. So let's do it. Hello, Barb and Chris here. We have been married for 40 years and married to Nature's Sunshine for 27 years. Why this choice? A very long time ago, Barb was facing incredible health challenges, including 7, trigger warning, by the way, miscarriages, very low blood pressure, and extremely severe allergies. I have to act while I read this, otherwise I won't be able to get through without having an aneurysm. Barb also had great difficulty getting pregnant, and her pregnancies never lasted longer than 3 to 4 months. You need to be a woman to understand and appreciate the trauma she was subjected to. I'm just going to quickly say, my husband and I experienced a miscarriage when we were first together. It is very, very, very awful thing to go through. It is extremely traumatizing. However, it also traumatized my husband. Yes, I was carrying the baby and it was a little bit harder for me. But to just be like, you need to be a woman to understand that losing your child is traumatic. No, you don't. I'm all about feminism. I'm all about women's rights. But that is the kind of thing that makes my head explode. Because I'm like, but no. I mean, yes, we may have some more body trauma with that, especially if you're like 3 to 4 months in. D&C is never fun. If you're having miscarriages, like, I'm going to be real. It is harder for the woman's body. But I feel like we are gatekeeping a little bit here. I just had to get that out of the way before we got into all of the MLM stuff, just because I have to. So with no firm answers from our medical community, we finally turned to natural and complementary methods of healthcare. For the first time in our lives, we used with great success many natural remedies, herbal remedies, and home remedies. Today, we are the proud parents of 4 healthy children and 2 grandchildren. More to come. And Barb's blood pressure is stable. Her allergies are gone forever. 2 words, apparently. 2! The discoveries that we have made exploring the world of complementary medicine led Chris to his decision of a lifetime. So this is why I'm reading this as Barb, by the way, because when I first started reading this, I thought that it was Chris talking, but no, they just apparently all talk in third person while they wrote this up. Again, just putting it out there. So it led Chris to his decision of a lifetime. He eventually has become a professional herbalist, now retired from private practice. Again, no issue with herbalists. No issue with professional herbalists. Where I have an issue is when they are promising to do medicine, medical treatment, and then especially if they turn it into an MLM. That's my issue. In 2005, we have incorporated. That's a sentence. That's it. Just in 2005, we have incorporated. I don't think I've ever seen the MLMs use that, like, say it in that way, okay? The business was booming, and the ranks of individuals joining our club with a K swelled beyond expectations. The key to success, it is really simple and not a secret at all. We know what works. We know what worked for us when we were so desperately trying to heal and Barb have kids. I know everyone knows what I'm going to flip out about at the end of this, right? Now, Nature's Sunshine is not the only thing we have tried. 25 years ago, we owned a health food store, so we used to work with many suppliers in the industry. And that's where you got all your connections. But what we have found was that Nature's Sunshine blows them out of the water. This is how we have brought together thousands of happy, satisfied members using our natural remedies in the US, Canada, and select European Union countries. This speaks for itself. The intended purpose of this website is to provide you with a tool to easily obtain free Nature's Sunshine membership with us as referrers. Membership has its privileges. All members enjoy access to pharmaceutical quality, time-tested and time-honored natural remedies that include herbs, herbal combinations, vitamins, minerals, tinctures, and salves, etc. at discounted prices, at least 20% off retail, plus free delivery. Nature's Sunshine will ship you purchases free of charge once each month if you decide to place an order. They said twice a month, by the way, on the website in another area. Just pointing that out. On top of that, you will have us as referrers to provide with any assistance you may need. Okay. Thank you and best of health, Barb and Chris. Queen, why do you want to have an aneurysm after reading that? I just read a couple that used their experience of having a miscarriage and of having trouble having babies to then promote their business, an MLM company, implying that their products might be able to help people that have been having trouble having babies. Well, also, which is kind of why I also brought this up. Trust me, there's always a method for my madness, okay? There is always a method for my madness. It may not always be the best method, but there always is one. But this is why I also brought up the little part there where they talk about, you need to be a woman to understand and appreciate the trauma. So they're claiming that Barb here understands and appreciates the trauma of miscarriages, losing babies, struggling to get pregnant, all while running an MLM, using that experience to sell products that we do not have any scientific or medical testing done on that says that these products help with these issues. So that's Barb and Chris. A little introduction. They had trouble with having a baby, and their whole thing is since using Nature's Sunshine, they have been able to have their children. So I hate everything about that. That's just something that pisses me off a lot. And it pisses me off because they even mention how desperate they were trying to heal Barb and have kids. Like, so they know that people are vulnerable in that time. They understand all the trauma of it, right? And they're still using it. Great, wonderful people, aren't they? No, they suck. Okay, they suck. Those people suck. They suck. A lot. See how much they suck. So this company has been having a lot of issues. Let's go through some, shall we? So, a 3-year long, now this was back in 2009. Remember, they've been around for 50 years, so they've been around for a long time. There was a 3-year long class action lawsuit alleging insider trading and securities fraud by several top executives of Nature's Sunshine products, and it was settled for $6 million. The Provo nutritional supplements direct seller and several executives, including President and CIO Douglas Fagioli, whatever, former CFO Craig Huff, and Franz Christiani, former chairman of the audit committee, were accused of violating federal securities laws where they falsified financial statements to its auditors and federal regulators, costing shareholders millions of dollars in damages. So, the suit said that the bogus statements enabled the defendant to sell millions of dollars worth of stock between April 23rd, 2002 and April 5th, 2006 at artificially inflated prices. In agreeing to settle, the defendants denied any wrongdoings, as they always try to. And under the settlement, Nature's Sunshine insurer will pay $6 million plus interest to individuals who bought the company's common stock between April 2002 and 2006. And they're going to kind of like dismiss. So, yeah, in exchange, the lawsuit will be dismissed with prejudice, meaning shareholders who accept the settlement have to agree not to continue suing the company, of course, again, as they always do. They told more people to like come join on if there were more, again, as they always do. So they're in Utah. Surprise! Nobody is surprised by this, and especially if you've been around my channel for a while, you're definitely not surprised when I announce that an MLM is all connected up with Utah. So in 2020, they decided that they wanted to kind of like change around their business plan, which then made the business plan like that we kind of read just now. The consultant package, the compensation plan, if you will, that's what they've come up with. So they decided in 2020 to do new branding, launch a new website, introduce a series of new programs, and they claimed it was to respond to evolving customer trends and provide exciting new growth opportunities for their consultants. And of course, one of the things that they added was that lovely affiliate thing. Awesome. And to support these efforts and increase awareness of our brand, we will also be launching our new Force of Nature digital campaign, which is set to launch later in the year, So, of course, they bring up again that they're the first company that encapsulated herbs. So again, this whole company's thing is that they put herbs into pills. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, we did a great thing in the world because we made it so that herbs are now put into medicine pill form, and we tell people that they help them have babies, and it will help with their infertility issues, and they can help them with all kinds of other health and wellness stuff. And it's great, but no, it's not. It sucks. Everything sucks. And they've been doing it 1972. They have not been off to a good start. As you see, their entire business model and how they kind of market their company, if you will, is based on a lot of health medical claims, and I showed that in my first video as well, where their products are all to fix an ailment or help an illness or blah, blah, blah. That's an issue for me. It's not an issue that people out there have products that can help people. No, 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 no. That would be great. It's an issue that these products, of course, they're not scientifically tested. They are not tested medically. They're not tested. There's like the FDA does not test supplements and things like this. So it's a company that has a really bad business model that preys on people and preys on people that are vulnerable, that like people that are trying to have babies and in a bad place because they think that maybe they can't. So then they need, they're looking for something to help them. And then in walks this MLM that also hides as an affiliate program to come and fix all their issues. And in doing that, they're also going to, of course, try to get the person to join on and work for them for, as you saw, very little money and a very confusing comp plan and consultant plan, as most of them have. And of course, it's all very dependent on the people under you also getting it. This company also makes it so that you have to buy the inventory, which again, that's so worrisome to me, guys. It's always worrisome to me when a company actually makes you buy the inventory. If a company is making you buy the inventory, that's a red flag, okay? I would have not as much of an issue if they didn't like make you also depend on the people under you. Does that make sense? My issue with MLMs is usually the business structure and things like false promises being made by the products, and of course their predatory behavior and how they can harm people. And this one checks off all of the above. Plus, like I said, we literally have it with the affiliate program where they can hide. It's all really worrisome to me. And this, okay? It's sad to see them target vulnerable people, which is what this company very much does. It very much is just targeting vulnerable people. It's literally one of their main targets is women that are having issues conceiving or that may be losing babies. Worrisome to me. I hate everything about that. Like I said, my husband and I had a miscarriage. I know what that's like. I cannot imagine if that was something that like happened to me more than one time. Thank God it only happened to me one time. And I was like experiencing trauma with that. And then an MLM was preying on me and telling me that if I took their products, it would help me with that issue. Like, it's just gross to me. It's a lot different than going to a doctor and having them be like, here, do these things that can help. Also, the medicine that the doctor gives you is actually looked at by the FDA. And I've talked about this before, but I think that supplements and some of these vitamin products should also start to get tested by the FDA. Let me know what you think about that, actually. I'd be interested. Maybe I'll do a poll on my community tab since I now have one, because I'd be interested to know like if other people agree with that. I just feel like there's a real big gray area, and that's another thing that kind of messes with the legality of these companies too, is that whole gray area of the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, does not test and monitor supplements and vitamins, which again is why these companies very heavily sell supplements and vitamins. Like, does that kind of make sense? Like they know they also can get away kind of selling shitty products because there is nothing that regulates them. There's nothing that tests them. And so for me, it would really be helpful if the FDA, well, not just for me, I would hope for the whole anti-MLM community, and like the whole world, by the way, it would be helpful if we had some way to regulate those products, some way to test those products. And then at the very least, that would help us ensure that even the MLMs were not selling dangerous stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I would even feel a little bit better about the MLM products as a whole as well if I knew that there was that testing. My issue lies in other companies that do supplements and stuff. I've checked some out. I have some friends that are like gym buff, gym people, and they go to the gym. I have a friend from high school that works at a gym. She uses a lot of these products, but she buys them from an actual like store, not from MLMs. And it's funny because she even refused to buy them from me from It Works. And I've never, ever been upset with her over that. Thank God she never did. Good job, girl, if you ever watch this. And so I'm just like, at least with those ones, a lot of them can prove that they have some kind of scientific testing that they've done. My issue with the MLMs is that they also don't send the products off to a third party for the testing. Do you know what I mean? So they make the products, they do it in their lab, they test it, they hire scientists and doctors to test it, they say they're good, and then they just distribute them. And that's a little bit worrisome to me. A lot of the other companies actually that sell these type of products, they at least, like I said, do send them off to a third party testing. So the people that do test them and like see if like they do some of the things that they're supposed to be doing, which is usually just things like, you know, helping you bulk up your muscle or whatever, that kind of thing. Third party testing. And so there's less of a chance of it, you know, being unethical, if that makes sense. And that's my issue. And this company, I can't find anything about it that would make me trust them or their products or even really their business plan, despite there even being a few things, as I pointed out, that sounded better than other MLM plans that I've looked through. That still doesn't mean that the company is a-okay or great. So I mean, I hope this live stream has helped you. If you have not watched the first video, please do make sure that you go and watch that, because if you haven't watched the first video, a lot of this one might not make sense to you. But I hope that I also did a good job of kind of like going through things so that we looked at the company a little bit more deeply. I got a little bit long when we were going through the comp plan, but lately I don't know how much I want to dive deep, people. So I'm kind of happy with only sharing the about section of the CEOs of the company for our deep dive into them. If you do want me to go like deeper into who they are, I don't know, maybe let me know and I'll think about it. I just feel like that's all I need to know about them to know that I don't trust them anyway. And they're kind of predatory, and I'm like, I don't want to know more. So please give the video a like, subscribe if you're new, and I gotta go to bed so that I can get my little one up for school and then homeschool all day, because that's what I do with my days, is I help homeschool my daughter. We're doing schooling on the computer. She's in grade 1, and then edit videos. Hopefully my husband gets out his video that I edited for him today. Get on that. King of Stream. We got Gerd Gang so bored he's in my live stream. I'm just joking. But yeah, so I hope you all have a fabulous night and take care. I'll see you probably tomorrow. I'm going to try and get a video out tomorrow because I did have another quick anti-MLM video that I wanted to get out. And no, it's not about Emily Leah. I'm not going to be doing that. I just also wanted to put that out there before I ended this off. I am not going to be engaging in any more drama or people in fighting or people going off on people and things like that. And I don't really care what other creators are doing out here. So welcome back, Emily Leah. Welcome back. I hope to see you grow and do well in life, like I wish for everybody in life, that they can just find peace, be happy, grow as people. And that's all I'm really going to say about that, because that's all I want to say about it. And that's all I should have to say about it. So, no, it's not going to be about that. I apologize if you subscribed to me hoping that I was going to be covering Emily Leah. I know that's been going on out here a lot, where people have been subscribing in hopes that people are covering Kimber and Emily and drama. And I don't fucking care anymore. All right. I don't fucking care, and I don't want to cover it, and I don't care. Let people do what they want to do out here, and maybe everybody should stop judging each other and being such nitpicky people, and we can all just move on with life and talk about MLMs. That's all I'm going to say on that. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk at the end of this video. I don't know why, but my favorite thing right now is thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know what happened today. It just happened. So I just wanted to put that out there. And yeah, I have another little quick MLM video where we're going to be talking about some stuff. So hopefully I can get that edited and out tomorrow. If not, then it will definitely be out Tuesday. Another thing is I've been hanging out a lot watching Savvy and RK doing their live streams in the morning. It's a really good time. And if you do like content about gurus and people that run companies that are shady, that's something that you might also enjoy. So I will see several of you there. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, have a fabulous, fabulous night. Take care. Don't join MLM companies. Support small businesses. It's okay to be in an affiliate program. Is there anything else I want to say? Oh, yeah. Don't use MLM companies and products to try to convince people that you can help them make a baby. I don't like that. Yes, Freddie, it is going to be posted as soon as it is done. It should be posted up. I don't really edit my live streams because I apparently hate myself and don't want a career. I'm just joking. But yes, my live stream will be posted and we go through Nature's Sunshine. I am sorry that if you missed it, I am ending it now, but it is going to be posted as all of them are. Unless I get attacked over them and then they disappear sometimes. But you know, life is life. So have a fabulous night, everyone. And like I said, I will see those of you that watch Savvy tomorrow morning, and those of you that don't, I will have the video out either like tomorrow, a new video. This one will be out right at the end of this. Tomorrow, I'll either have the MLM video if I can get it edited in between doing school with my daughter, because I have some things I want to edit in it first before I let it out. And then if not, then Tuesday. I also have an episode of pseudoscience and cults that I hope is coming out on Friday as well. And it's a really fun one. We're looking at witches, so that should be interesting. But please forgive me if I also move that one. If that one gets moved, it will be due to some people on here that are very heavily involved in drama that think that they are witches attacking me and me just not wanting to deal with them. So I hope that you can understand if that occurs. But I'm hoping to get it out on Friday and not be bullied into having to believe in witches too. So everybody have a fabulous night. I will see you soon. Bye!